Yeah, we've been in a good run of form. We've taken 14 points out of the last 18. So that's a little over 2 points per game. So we're on a good run. We got to keep that up. We got 3 very important league games next week, all 3 of them on the road. We're in 10th, and it's a dogfight for 9th, 8th, 7th, 6th. We can shoot up pretty quickly with some results. So we're really focused on moving up the ladder, in the league. And then we have this Open Cup game. Obviously, we lost a few guys to injuries in the last Open Cup game. We're a little thinner than we were in the last Open Cup game, but we're still going to do everything we can to advance. But we'll definitely rotate in the game. We'll definitely use it for development as well, and that should set us up well for the league next week. I said it. We're one club, and we're going to call different names. And this is definitely a game where we're going to call different names. And a lot of those names will be Revs 2 guys.
And based on what you saw from some of those guys in the game against RIFC, what kind of confidence do you have in that group, having seen them do what they did in the round of 32?
Yeah, a lot of confidence in our young players. When I say we're using it for development, it doesn't mean that we're trying to lose the game. Winning's a part of development. But for me, we have to take this opportunity to give some of the young guys a run and a look and give them a development opportunity. It's at Providence College. Nice little venue there. Intimate. 4,000 or 5,000. We're going to, approach it like a home game. Obviously, players will drive there, so on and so forth. We're playing a good team. Chicago, they'll probably play most of the starters. We're going to play mostly reserves and guys that we need to keep fit and in form and young guys.
When you think about guys who got experience in that last game, guys like Eric, Allen, Cristiano, how valuable are those experiences for their development in terms of playing against what is a little bit of a higher level professional competition?
It's critical. You have to bridge the gap from where they're at and where they need to be. And these Open Cup games are great opportunities to do that. And you saw Cristiano, he made a jump by being able to go into that game and score a goal. He gained confidence, and I could see it in training this week. And so we're hoping to just continue to take steps forward with these young players. And the only way you do that is to put them in these type of games under pressure with a crowd. Obviously, training helps, but they really need games. And so I'm happy to give a lot of these young guys games. And also we have some guys that need to stay fit and in form, guys like Andrew Farrell, guys like Wyatt Ohmsberg and Keegan Hughes and Alex Bono. These type of guys need to get a game as well.
How important do those guys become as well in terms of the leadership aspect of things when there are going to be some younger guys on the field?
Yeah, you can't just throw a bunch of young guys out there together. You need to blend them in with senior players and guys that have experience and leadership. And so we feel like we're finding hopefully the right blend to where the younger guys are in around experienced players that will help them.
And then just finally for me, it's obviously a bit of a new look Chicago team with Greg Berhalter coming in. So what have you seen from them and what are you expecting from them?
Yeah, much improved. There's a clear philosophy. That's the big difference. And there's confidence now. When you're getting results, there's confidence. And, we know what they're going to look to do in the game for sure. And, we talked to the guys today about those things and the plan. And we're going to do everything we can to try to advance. But we're going to do it with different guys. And then that'll set up this weekend's game for us, which is then followed by another midweek game and another game on the weekend. So it's a very busy stretch. And if we do end up rotating next week, we need these guys to be available. If we don't rotate, the only way to approach this game with such a tight turnaround from Saturday to Tuesday is to rotate.
Caleb, in terms of the venue tomorrow night, what do you like about the intimate setting? Like you said, 4,000 or 5,000, a little bit smaller.
Yeah, it'll be cool. Something different. I think, again, for the guys that will play, it'll be a nice environment. It'll be buzzing, even for our supporters to kind of be in a different, feel, a little more intimate. I think it'll be great. It'll be a fun little thing.
When you went down there for the last Open Cup match and saw some of the fans that you maybe sometimes see up here, but maybe not normally see, just what stood out about the people from Rhode Island that came out?
Yeah, it's good to just continue to grow our fan base in New England. Continue to connect with these different communities in around New England and around the greater Boston community, and it was good to see some new faces, and hopefully, obviously, they'll come to our home games. And I think if we win the game, then they'll obviously be more excited about coming to those home games.
And some of the guys that you mentioned, younger guys, one of them's Gavork, and played his college soccer there.
Yeah.
Has he said anything about the venue, anything to look forward to, anything like that?
No, just that he scored a lot of goals there, so that we need to play him because he'll score. No, he didn't say that, but yeah, great kid, pretty cool for him to have the opportunity, hopefully, to get some minutes in that game.
Yeah, and last time out, he put one off the post, late in that match. The fact that he was able to sort of take advantage of his minutes, that's probably what you're looking for from some of your guys that get the opportunity, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You got to take your chances, and I'm happy to give those opportunities, but I may not give it again unless you do well. So he took his opportunity, so he's going to get another opportunity.
Sure. And lastly for me, in league play, obviously 6 matches unbeaten here. Can you pinpoint a moment where things sort of clicked for your club there, particularly on the defensive end with how well you played there?
Yeah, you could feel it was coming, and I said that. Nobody wanted to hear it, but, I talked about just keep pounding the stone, and sometimes you pound it 100 times and there's nothing, and the 101st it cracks open, and that's kind of what happened. We were on the right track. We had a good process. We were defending well. We needed to get our balance and our attacking game going, and eventually we did. So like where we're at, but we got to stay hungry. We got to keep pushing, and we'll compartmentalize the week. Obviously, we'll rotate and play some different guys this game, and then we'll train the other guys tomorrow. So we'll keep them on a different track the entire week, so they're ready for Kansas City this Saturday.